Hey guys, so this is my first YouTube video. We're going to be making dinner. I'm going to be posting a lot of cooking videos, different vlog videos, like trips to the grocery store, tips, all kinds of stuff like that. So today we're going to be making smothered chicken with white rice, sweet potato soufflé, some peas, and some cornbread. So let's get into it. So we need, of course, our chicken. I bought Italian only because they didn't have plain at Kroger today. Still no big deal. Still gonna clean it because you have to clean your chicken. Then we have our sweet potatoes, marshmallows, brown sugar, some pans. We have our chicken broth, our white rice, some peas, and onion. I like to use sweet onions, just my favorite kind of onion. Green bell pepper, red bell pepper, flour that's going to be used for our roux, for our smothered chicken, also in our cornbread. I use Jiffy, but I like to use some buttermilk cornmeal mix as well. It's something that my mother-in-law taught me. I'm also going to need some milk and eggs and oil. Like olive oil, you don't have to use olive oil because it is a little expensive. It's kind of good to sometimes use vegetable oil or canola or whatever kind of oil you like. It really doesn't matter. They all do the same job. So let's get prepping. Make sure you wash your bell peppers, and you don't have to really wash an onion. No point to it because you're going to peel it anyway. Okay guys, so I got my vegetables washed off. I'm about to go ahead and cut them up. Like I said, it's my first video, so I'm gonna have to like kind of rig this to make it stand up so you can see how I cut them. I like to use a long knife. I actually got this from my school. I'm in the culinary program, trying to get a food truck over here, you know. So let's see how this works. Okay, so let's get started. So I just like to cut the top part off. You can cut it any kind of way you like. Throw this away. This is good. You don't have to throw this part away. I like to cut my bell peppers a little different, just because it avoids the seeds and everything like that. So I like to cut on the side. Just go around and work your way around your bell pepper. That way you don't really have to worry about none of the seeds, and just throw that away. And if you do get a seed, just throw it away. You don't want them too big. The smallness really doesn't matter, but you just don't want them too big. So just smooth this over. So just start chopping. Be careful. Always keep your fingers tucked, never out, never like this. Always keep them tucked. Trust me, I've learned from experience. You're just gonna keep cutting, and then I like to turn it, just cut them up into little cubes. And you're just gonna keep doing this for all of them, and as well as the red bell pepper. And then your onion, you're gonna cut a little differently. So so with the red bell pepper, I do the same thing. There's seeds in it, like there's seeds in mine. Just tap it on your sink, and you can get them out that way. Or even just give it a rinse after you cut it, just to make sure there's no seeds. Now, if you're gonna make a lot of this, you probably should get more, but just cooking for like a family of maybe like 5, 6 at the most. Just need one each. So we're just gonna repeat what we did with the bell pepper, the green. And next we'll do the onion. Okay, I don't really need this, so I can either save it, or if I don't plan on using it within like 2 days, I could just throw it away. In this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and trash it. That was a pretty big green bell pepper. So this is our onion. So what I do, I just cut off the top, and I cut off the bottom, and I'll throw that away. Make sure you get all of the skin. Cut it in half, and then I just like to peel the skin off. Sometimes I like to peel this first layer off because some of it is usually like exposed, you know, just to prevent like having these little welts and stuff like that. So with an onion, you can cut it a lot of different ways. It really doesn't matter, just as long as they're small like this. They don't have to be teeny tiny, but you don't want it too big. So just cut it off. Okay, so that is how I chop up my vegetables. So next, I'm just basically going to oil the pan, add the veggies, saute them. So let's get to it. Classic olive oil, I got it from Walmart. So I'm just gonna pour some into the pot. Make sure you cover the bottom. Always when you're cooking something, if it starts to stick, always add more oil, grease, butter, whatever. Okay, and then we're gonna turn the heat on. It's about medium high. Let that get a little hot, and then we're gonna add our veggies. Okay, so I've added my veggies. Mix them all together in the oil. Make sure they're all mixed up and coated. And then you let these saute until they're tender. Usually about 7 to 8 minutes. If you have more, it could take longer, less, it could take littler time. But just make sure they're tender because you don't want them to be too crunchy in your smothered chicken. And then once that is that way, you add the flour, everything, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clean my sweet potatoes, cut them up, and get them boiling in a pot of water. You want to let them sit, you want to like move them around, give them a good spin. Do that often, probably about every 3 minutes or so, just so they can cook a little better. And this is my water for my sweet potatoes. Once it gets boiling, I'll add my butter and sugar, my sweet potatoes, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so coming back to our sweet potatoes, once we get them all peeled, I like to cut them out because they cook faster that way. Just gives you less cooking time because they have to boil, and then I bake them because we're making the sweet potato soufflé. Kind of jumped ahead of myself a little bit here, guys. I usually cook my chicken first and then start on my veggies, but today I did it backwards. So once I get my veggies sauteed, I'm going to turn them off, get my chicken cooked, and then we'll return to making the roux and the gravy and putting the magic together. Like I said, be careful when you cut these. They are thick and hard to cut through. Do not want to cut yourself. If you ever cut yourself while cooking, clean up. Whatever has blood on it has to be thrown away. Make sure to sanitize everything, and then you should be good to go. Okay guys, so while I'm waiting on the veggies and stuff to finish, I'm going to clean my chicken, season it, and get it ready to cook. I know it says Italian style, it's basically already seasoned, but we clean our chicken around here, so we're gonna clean the chicken and just re-season it. Like I said, I only bought this because they don't have the regular in Kroger right now, and I was tired from school, so I just didn't feel like going to a different store or getting different chicken. I know that they have the other chicken, but this is kind of my favorite kind of chicken to get. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to prop up the phone so you guys can see washing and seasoning and stuff. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I cleaned my chicken. I like to use garlic salt, Italian seasoning, lemon pepper, adobo, and onion powder. We're not going to use that much because we're going to be seasoning our gravy as well. So you want to make sure it's seasoned, but you don't want to do, you know, just too much. This ain't those tasty videos where they just put salt and pepper. We actually season our food over here, okay? I'm joking, just joking. Alright, oh, I forgot the Cajun. Forgot that Cajun seasoning too as well. Can't forget the Cajun. Alright, so I'm just gonna flip it over. Again. And then after this, we are going to put olive oil in our pan and cook our chicken. I also like to add a little butter to my pan as well. Okay guys, this is really important. So, don't know if you cooked rice before, but if you do, it's always 2 cups of water to every cup of rice. And you always want to add some butter to your water. This gives it a better flavor. Once your water is boiling, add your rice, let it boil for a minute, turn it to low, cover it, and leave it for 24 minutes. Perfect. Every time. Okay guys, so we're going to start our cornbread mix. I use 2 boxes of Jiffy. And then I like to add a little bit of buttermilk cornmeal mix. Maybe like a little less than a half a cup. Next we add our flour. And you want to add about 3 or 4 tablespoons of flour. You don't want to add too much. Like I said, I got this recipe from my mother-in-law. Best cornbread ever. If you just want to do plain Jiffy, your prerogative. So I'm going to add 3 eggs. And we are going to add some milk. You can always add more milk as you go if you need it. A little bit of oil and sugar. Mix it all together. You don't want it too thin. You don't want it too thick. Add a little more milk. Remember, in cooking, you can always add, but you can never take away. Okay, so this is where it gets a little difficult. You have to be very, very careful. So you can see my heat is kind of high. You go ahead and turn it down to about medium low. You don't want to burn your flour. And I also like to trade out my wooden spoon for a whisk, and I always have my broth ready. So go ahead and add some flour. The more flour you add, the thicker it will be. You need to thin it out, and you can always add more broth. Just start whisking it all around. And actually add some more, just a little more flour. And just whisk it up. Sorry, I gotta kind of hold my pan. That kind of cook for a second. Alright, now we're just going to add our broth a little bit at a time. I want to add it all at once. If I wasn't holding my phone, I would probably keep whisking while I'm adding in the broth. So do that. Just like I said, you don't want your broth to burn. it will thicken up as it cooks. If you make it too thin, take some flour, add a little water, mix it up and add it. If it's too thick, add some broth. If you run out of broth, you can always add water. So I made 6 pieces of chicken, so I'm going to use a whole box of broth today. And then if I need more, I have another small box as well. So that's the whole box. Just going to give it a good roast. And I'm going to keep my heat on medium-low. You know, keep it low and slow. And once it gets thicker, we'll go ahead and add our chicken. But for right now, I'm just going to let it thicken up a bit. Okay, so I boiled my sweet potatoes pretty much just until you can get a fork through them. They're tender. Drain them, put them in this bowl, and now I'm going to use my little musher to mush them up. After that, we're going to add everything we need to add and bake. And that'll be it. You want to make sure you mush it up good. Oops. Okay, so now I'm going to add light brown sugar. Okay, so we're gonna add our brown sugar. I basically had a half a bag. I put it all in there. I'm gonna add some vanilla, maybe about a tablespoon or so. Nutmeg. Some allspice. Cinnamon, the more sweet potatoes, the more spices you need. Mix it up. I also like to add some syrup. Which I don't seem to have any of. Okay, well, we're gonna skip the syrup, but sometimes I just like to add some syrup. Next, we're gonna add 2 eggs. Oh, there's a shell. want to make sure you mix that really well. Some butter. Keep an eye on your gravy. You don't want it to burn. Stir it every few minutes or so. All right, now flour. All right, we're gonna add these to our pan, bake them for about 15-20 minutes, put our mini marshmallows on top, bake them till they're golden brown, and then it'll be done. Okay, so our cornbread is finished. Stuck a hole in the middle to make sure it's done all the way through. Perfection. We're still waiting on the gravy and everything. It's just about thickening up, so let's get started. It's starting to thicken up, so I'm gonna add some Goya chicken bouillon powder. I like to add 2 of them. Save some flavor. Add my garlic salt. Start with a little. You can always add. Can never take away. Lemon pepper. Some Italian herbs. A little adobo. Some Cajun. Just a tad bit of onion. Like I said, always add. But you can never take away. See how it's starting to thicken up, and you can see the tissue. So for my peas, I just like to add a little butter. I drain them, cook them for a few minutes, and they're done. And our rice is fully cooked and done. Beautiful, fluffy white rice. So we've added our chicken. Thick enough. Can get a little thicker. Seasonings actually, to my taste, were pretty on point, so I don't feel like I need to add any more. You can leave your chicken whole. You can cut it up. You can do whatever you want. Your chicken. I like to do this in mine. I have a 3-year-old. It's just easier for him. But once it's thickened and our marshmallows get put on our yams, everything will be done. Guys, this is the final product of the sweet potatoes. Wasn't able to get the footage of me putting them on there or anything because my phone overheated. But everything is done now, so I'm going to put a plate together and show you our final product. Alright, so here is our final product. We got our smothered chicken over rice, sweet potato souffle, our peas, and our cornbread. And that is it. That's all you have to do. If you guys have any questions, please post them below. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Share with your friends, your family. Make this. If you make it, please send me some pictures to my Instagram at Corey's Cove. And I look forward to making more tasty dishes for you guys. Bye.